You're watching the KHON2 News at 7 on K-High with Bridget Namata and Gina Mangieri.
It has been a tough time for our state. The death toll from the Maui fires continues to rise, but it's not just humans that were affected. We're talking about pets.
Now, the last time we spoke to Maui Humane Society, they told us there were 3,000 animals lost. But due to restrictions, they were unable to travel into West Maui to retrieve pets. Joining us now is Katie Shannon. Katie, thanks for being with us.
Aloha. Thank you for having me.
What's the update? Has the Humane Society since been able to enter Lahaina?
So yes, we are in Lahaina. We are set up at Napili Plaza. We are set up in Lahaina Gateway, Lahaina Civic Center, and we are distributing supplies. We are working with local search and rescue as well as international Veterinarians Without Borders, as well as other organizations throughout the state and the mainland as well, coming to help on behalf of Maui Humane Society. We are still not allowed in the burn area, to ensure that we're following proper protocols set by the county and national organizations. So we are helping every way that we can. And, once we can get into that burn area, we absolutely will. But of course, we want to make sure that we're doing it correctly.
Can you tell us about the situation right now? I do hear that Maui Humane is now working with the Greater Good Charities to airlift hundreds of shelter pets to Portland tomorrow. Tell us a little more about these efforts.
Yes, we're so grateful to be partnering with Greater Good Charities. This is going to allow us to alleviate the stress on the shelter as well as our foster homes. But I want to be clear that there are no animals that have been displaced or injured from Lahaina that will be going onto this flight. These are animals that have been in our care, have been in foster, or have been in our shelter before the fires. And, we are just so grateful because this is going to allow us to place animals that are going to have long-term healing to allow them to stay in the shelter. There are so many animals that are injured, as you can see through these images here. And, we are just so grateful for them to be able to alleviate that stress for our shelter animals as well as our staff.
Shannon, Katie, how many animals have come into your care from Lahaina at this point? How many lost? How many injured?
So, we do have the estimated 3,000 pets that are missing. We have about 1,200 reports of lost pets and animals from Lahaina. We have been managing, upwards of about 70 pets that have come through our doors that are currently in our shelter needing care. And, it is a range of needs. Sometimes it is severe burn victims with life-threatening injuries. And sometimes it is displaced animals that are just looking for their owner that we hope to reunite them as soon as we can.
Oh, that just breaks my heart. Katie, for anyone watching this who may be heading into Lahaina or who do want to help and they encounter a lost stray animal, do you have any tips on what they should do when encountering a pet out in Lahaina?
Absolutely. What we want them to do is to file a found report, and it is okay if they cannot keep them contained. We want to make sure that we are able to save every life, every animal over in Lahaina. And so filing a found report and advising as to the location, if they're able to provide it, and there's multiple components on that found report that we would like them to fill out so that we can make sure that we are doing everything within our search and rescue and medical team to ensure that animal stays alive. We've been able to deliver thousands of gallons of water to livestock and feed, as well as, be able to care for our community cats. And we also know that there are cats that have collars currently that are congregating, and we know that there are dogs running. We know that there are live animals there, and we want people to continue to have hope.
Have you reunited some, and if so, about how many?
Yes, we have been able to reunite 8 pets with their owners. And, this is a glimmer of hope through all of this destruction. There is the beautiful story of Roman, who was able to be reunited with his owners, just a few days after the fire. Roman was with a pet sitter in Lahaina. He and the pet sitter, along with the other animals that he was looking after, ran from the flames, jumped into the ocean, and Roman, scared of the water, ended up sprinting away. Roman was gone and lost for about 2 to 3 days. He was picked up by a Good Samaritan who brought him to our humane enforcement officers, who were then able to drive him to Maui Humane Society. We scanned Roman, although he had burns on his back, blisters on his back, scorched paws, skin falling off of it, scorched whiskers. But the microchip led us to his owners, who immediately came down to the shelter, and we were able to reunite him.
Oh, amazing, the importance of a microchip.
Well, Gina and I are dog moms, so that really just makes us feel like it just warms our heart to hear that.
Katie, thank you so much for all the work you're doing, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Aloha.